In today's fun, fluffy, themed battle report, not competitive whatsoever, I'm here with 6+ Stevo.
Hey!
It's Necrons versus Orks, and it's...
Coming right up! I got it! It's the first time ever! I've never done it before!
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this battle report. Right, we are here with 6+ Stevo. I'm sure you must know Stevo by now.
Of course.
The famous Orc player. And if you haven't heard of him, then why not? Don't forget, of course, to check out Stevo's YouTube channel, linked above his head and in the description below. Welcome, Stevo.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to this. I think we've got quite a cool... we've just kind of come up with this in the last few minutes, haven't we?
We have, indeed,
and
yeah.
I think this is going to be fun.
I think it is. So, we have the terrain. Stevo's very kindly bought his Cities of Death styled terrain. Stevo, why don't you tell the guys at home watching what our custom mission is?
Okay, I'm going to try and get this right because we've literally just invented this. So we've come up with a custom mission that we're going to play on this board. We've got two rather fetching pieces of Necron... Triarchs. So, or as my guys see it, shiny gubbins. We want these. But these are going to be moving around the board randomly with a special dice that some of the younger viewers might not be aware of. The special thing is called scatter dice. So these are going to be moving around randomly throughout the game, and we're going to be trying to capture them and score them turn by turn. But they're going to be moving around, we're going to be chasing them around the board and fighting over these. And there are two of them. And then we've got some secondary missions as well, haven't we?
We have indeed, yes.
And I'm going to try and remember what they are. We get points for killing stuff. So if you kill a unit, you get a point. If you kill the warlord, we get 5 points.
5 points.
5 points. And the primary ones, I think we get 5 points for these per turn, don't we?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And is that everything?
No, we're going to do. If your warlord kills the warlord.
Oh yeah, I can't remember what the points were for that.
10 points.
So a double. So if you so you get 5 points for killing the warlord. If you do it with your warlord, 10 points. So big points there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun, and we're going to be scoring the primaries at the end of our movement phase, aren't we? End of our turn.
End of the turn.
Yeah. So we don't have to sit on it. We have to just get onto it, score the points because
5 points for each one, and then. After that, right at the end of the turn, before the next turn begins, we're going to scatter 2d6 for each one. Sounds like fun.
It is. It's going to be random. It's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy. I'm just waiting for them both to drift right over to Nick's side of the board.
Well, we'll find out. But first, let's have a look at our lists. Let's start with you, Stevo, and your Orks. Okay, so Steve is here. He's got his Dread Mob.
Yes, baby.
So, previously Bad Moons.
Yes, been Bad Moons for a long time. I still am Bad Moons, but I've pretty much always run Dread Mob. Always loved it, but now I've got detachment rules to get the rules for it as well, and buffs, so I'm looking forward to using them. First time for me.
Sweet. Okay, well, let's have a look at your awesome looking army.
Okay, so where do I start? Rightio. So, leading the army, I've got 2 Legends units, 2 big mechs with custom force fields. One of them, this fella here, he has got the enhancement Dead Glowy thing.
Okay.
Which is quite cool, bit random, but it could prove beneficial. I've got another lone mech boy here on his own. And then troops-wise, I've got a squad of Grots, Bob and the gang. And then we've got... This will be interesting. 2 units of Tank Busters. Tank Busters ain't the best right now, but I feel like I can make them work. But we'll see. They're both going to be riding in the truck as well. So we've got the truck there. Then we've got a unit of 3 killer cans, all armed with can shooters. I've got another set of 3 killer cans. They're all armed with rockets. And then I have 2 squads of 2 custom mega cannon mech guns. It's like a tongue twister. Then we've got 3 Death Dreads. We've got Snap. He is armed with a big shooter and 3 claws. We've got Pop. He's armed with 1 claw and 3 custom Mega Blasters. And then we've got Bang, who is armed with 4 big shooters. And then last of all, over here, we've got a unit of Squig Hog Boys with the Knob-on Smasher Squig and the Bomb Squig. I've got quite a few Bomb Squigs in this army, actually.
You've got a lot.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if I can make Tank Busters work, because they are notoriously not very good. But I think there's still some goodness to be had from them. We'll find out at the end of this game, won't we? We'll see.
We will. Okay, great looking army. And now we're going to have a look at my Necrons. Okay, so here is my 1500 point Necron army. This is very, very themed, this army. It's themed around all of the units I've painted this year. That's the theme.
Very nice. That's some nice progress, mate.
Thank you. It's not quite 1500 points, so I've got 2 units which I haven't painted this year. So let's start off. I am playing in the Awakened Dynasty, and the main reason for that is I've got 5 characters which I've just finished painting, so that's the reason. So heading up my force and my Warlord is Imitek the Stormlord. And we also have Orican just there, and they are going to be joined with my 3rd edition Necron Warriors with green rods.
Woo! We love the green rods.
And then we've got my Death Marks. I've got 2 units of Death Marks. I've got 1 original and 1 converted with green rods.
Yay!
And then we have 3 Translocation Overlords. So we've got the original model here. We've got my converted one. I've changed the staff and the arms, and then we have this kit bashed one just here, and each one is going to be leading a unit of Immortals. We've got 2 units with Tesla and 1 unit with Gauss. And then just to fill out the points, and because I needed some big guns, we've got 3 Locust Heavy Destroyers. The only piece of war gear or enhancement that I've got is going to be on this guy, and he's going to have the Veil of Darkness. That's it. That is my list. So, Steve, what do you think of that army?
Well, first of all, can I just say it looks stunning.
Oh, thank you.
It looks absolutely beautiful. As a big fan of Necrons, I love to see legions, you know, on the old Codex. What did it say down the spine? We are Legion. And this exemplifies that perfectly. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, because whenever I've played you before, it's always been quite strong themes. I've played quite a lot against sort of destroyer heavy lists and things, so it's quite interesting to come up against a lot of infantry. I mean, there's a lot of bodies there.
There is.
A lot of bodies there. Yeah, and these characters, every unit's going to be benefiting from buffs from the characters, so I think their resilience is going to be my biggest challenge in just trying to make these guys stay dead. Obviously the heavy destroyers are scary, because I'm packing a lot of cans and dreads, and I know how much these things like popping cans, so they're a big threat, obviously. But I think these guys, objective wise, are going to be really tough, because they're just going to be really tough to get rid of permanently. It's always the trouble with Necrons, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's easy to kill them. How do you get them to stay dead? That's the hard bit. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, especially with the randomness of this mission. Literally anything could happen this game.
And how do you think your tank busters are going to fare against an army with no tanks?
Well, you've got no tanks, but the tank busters are joined by big mechs, who are bringing with them the buffs from the Dread Mob detachment. So I'm hoping, they're still going to get some buffs. They're going to be random buffs, but hopefully the dice gods will be smiling upon me today, and I'll get lucky with my rolls and be able to cause some big damage to you. Let's hope anyway. Yeah.
Okay, well, your army, what do I think of it? I'm scared. I've recently played 6 killer cans, a unit of 6 killer cans,
right, in
the Dread Mob, and they were horrible.
Yeah,
they were horrible. And whilst I've got 3 heavy destroyers, which sounds great, there's only 3 guns, so there's only so much work they can do. And obviously these guys can deep strike in, I think, as well, can't they? Is that right? Can they still do that?
No, they can't do that anymore, unfortunately, which is really sad times. There is a deep strike stratagem, but I think it's in the Bully Boys detachment. So no more deep striking shenanigans from them. Look, I don't know, mate. It's just going to be...
Who's your warlord, by the way?
Oh, my warlord is this fella, the guy with the dead glowy thing.
Okay, well, I'm going to totally ignore him. I'm going for Bob.
Yeah, well, to be fair, Bob really
should get points
be
for killing
warlord.
Bob, shouldn't I?
Yeah. 1,000 points for killing Bob.
Okay, here we go. Let's get this game underway. So, after 10.5 minutes of waffling, thank you everyone if you're still here, it's finally time to deploy and play this game. Now, I did record a clip, or at least I thought I had, of the deployment and the roll-off. However, for some reason I wasn't recording. So we were playing Dawn of War, and I deployed on my side of the table with my warriors, Imatech and Orican in the middle of the board, and then I had both Tesla Immortals to the sides of them, and then at the back I had my Gauss Immortals with the Overlord with the Veil of Darkness. Of course I was going to teleport later in the game. I deployed 10 death marks at the top of the building, and the other 10 I put in reserve. And then on the right hand side I had my 3 Locust heavy destroyers. Stevo put his Death Dread in reserve, and the other 2 Death Dreads were deployed in a central position, along with Bob and his Grots. To the right of one of the killer cans in the middle, he also deployed his truck with his 2 units of tank busters. And then he had his mech guns in one corner of the board, along with some killer cans. And then in the other corner of the board, he had his other mech guns and the second unit of killer cans. We then rolled off to see who was going first. We rolled the dice, and I won the roll-off. So it was Necron's turn 1. We're going to go back to the battle report just after the command and movement phase. Okay, so in the commands phase, I gained a CP from Imatech, and I used his CP on these guys to make them advanced weapons, and then I advanced them and I rolled a 6, so they are moving forward. I have advanced these guys as well. These have just shuffled behind the building, a little bit of protection hopefully from what's over there. Nothing from the Geth death marks, no movement. These guys have moved, advanced up over behind that building there, and we've got the heavy destroyers who just shuffled, so I've got some line of sight over here. So we are now ready to shoot. Let's do it. Okay, first up we've got 16 of the warriors, and they're shooting into that truck over there. Okay, so we've got 16 shots. We are +1 to hit, which is nice because it means we need 3s. So we'll take the bad ones out first. Okay, and then the 6s are lethal, so they automatically wound. We are strength 4, Steve.
I am toughness 8.
Okay, so we need 6s then. Get 2 6s. So that's 5 saves, no AP.
Good, I've got a 4+ save. Make all but one of them.
Takes a wound.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so we've got 3 heavy destroyers, and I'm going to be shooting at this one here with the big guns.
I don't fancy his chances here, if I'm honest with you.
You'll be alright. You'll be alright.
I will. I don't think I will.
I have moved, so it's going to be 3s. 3 2s.
Hey!
Okay, so next up it's the Immortals at that truck. So these have Tesla. So it's going to be 3s normally, but I'm being led, so 2s. Re-rolling 1s to wound. Let's take the 1s out. And we got just the 1 6.
Well, it's better than your last roll, Nick.
That's true, that's true.
Toughness 8.
Yep, strength 5. So we are.
So, yeah, toughness 8.
Yeah,
yep.
5s. So it's 3, 4, 5. No AP.
No AP, okay. 4 up save. Oh, that's not
1
so
wound
good.
each.
So 3 failed.
Okay, so next up we've got these Tesla Immortals. They're going to shoot through this building because we have declared that isn't obscuring. We're going to shoot, not that guy, because he obviously has some sort of special force field around him. So I'm going to shoot this guy instead. Right, here we go. So again, Tesla, so we need 2s. Looking for 6s. We've got more 6s, which is good. Let's take the 1s out.
So you've got 4 6s there.
4 6s, so those 4 go back.
Got some help there, mate?
Oh,
I'll load you up.
Thank you.
That's all part of the service. There you go.
Okay, strength 5.
Toughness 9.
Okay, so 5s. We have 2.
1 over there as well.
3. 3 saves at 0 AP.
Okay, it's a regular 2 up. Fail 1 of them.
Okay, it's a wound. Okay, just my death marks to go. Okay, so I'm going to shoot at this guy with his wounds missing. See what we can do with the death marks. So we need 2s, we haven't moved, it's heavy. We miss with 1, but everything else goes through. Strength 5, Steve.
Toughness 9.
So 5s again. We get 4 through, that's -2, but it'll be -3 because I'm over 6 inches high in the building. So -3.
Ouch. Okay, so cool. Dropped him down to a 5 up save. Oh, these guys are nasty. Made 2 of them.
Okay,
It's not,
it's 2 damage each.
Oh, oh.
So there's a few more wounds off of that guy.
Certainly is.
That is my shooting over, and it's also my assault over because there is no assaults. Okay, so just to confirm, you can't score the primary mission in the first turn.
No.
No, but they are going to move at the end of every turn, and they're going to use the scatter dice. So you've got a hit. There's 2 hits, and the rest are arrows. So we'll see how many inches they move, if at all. So the first one stays where it is.
Not move. Lucky it would have been 12 inches.
Yeah, would have moved 12. And this one over here stays where it is.
Also stays where it is.
Well, there you go. Right, let's move into Orks, turn 1. Okay, so Stevo's turn 1. He's just moved this truck 12 inches. He's touched the objective. And I'm overwatching. I'm going to overwatch with my Tesla unit just there. So, of course, we do get to... What do we do? What do we get? What do we get? I have no idea. Okay, we've got sustained, of course. Right, there you go. So we're looking for 6s and they explode if we get them. We get 2 6s, so that gives us 4 dice. And we get to re-roll all of these because they are on the objective. So, strength 5.
Toughness 8.
Okay, so 5s.
Ooh.
Re-roll. Oh, 4 go through. No AP.
Okay. 4 ups. 2 of them get through.
Okay, end of Orc movement phase.
Yeah, pretty standard stuff. Surge everything forward, or everything other than the mech guns. I used a CP, super fueled boiler. I used on this unit of cans over here. So they surged forward. They now class as having assault weapons. The mech over here repaired the truck. Moments got it back up to full wounds, but then you shot it again. You brought it back down to 6 wounds. Bob and the gang advanced just to get up behind cover over here. And the Squig Hog boys over on the side here, they've advanced up the flank. Everything else has just moved normally into position, ready to unleash some Dakka.
Okay, well, let's find out what this Dakka can do in the shooting phase. Okay, so my death marks are going to get it from the mech guns.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to take the card with me because I'm going to need to reference this quite a lot because these weapons have changed somewhat. I'll do 1 mech gun at a time to keep it simple.
Okay.
So we get D6 shots. So first one. Woo!
Nice.
Okay, so 6 shots. And it's a blast weapon.
Okay, I've got 10 there, so you get +2.
So that's +2 shots, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So 8 shots. Okay, so we are hitting on 4s. Okay. Oh, that's disappointing.
Oh, I'm loving it.
That's incredibly disappointing.
It makes my 3-2s feel a little bit
better. Right, strength 12. So I guess I'm looking
Toughness
for 2s.
5.
So at -1, but you're in cover, so it'll be regular saves.
Yep, so 3 ups. Save both.
Good lord. Right, the next one. 3 shots. Plus another 2.
Yep.
Okay, hitting on 4s. Bit better. And wounded on 2s. 3 more.
Okay. All saved.
Good lord. Right, I might do the next 2 mech guns at the same target, actually. See if they're within range. That one's not. Oh, they might be just out of range, so I don't think they can shoot at them. Okay, in that case...
They need line of sight, right?
Yeah. So...
Can you... We'll work it out. For reference, we have declared that these lower buildings are not obscuring and the bigger ones are, so this isn't obscuring and obviously the bigger ones are. Okay, so just the one can shoot my death marks. 1 shot plus 2, so 3.
That's 2. So hitting on 4s. All hit.
Nice.
Oh,
One
just
goes through.
1 at -1.
Not saved.
Okay, does D6 damage, but I guess they're 1 wound a pop, are they?
They are.
Okay.
What are you doing, Steve? What are you doing?
Okay, my shooter cans, if they're within range, let's check that first, before I get too excited. They are within range.
Okay.
Not within half range. Okay, so don't get that. Right, so I'm going to use the cans special rule that I've never used before, which is called Shooty Power Trip. So I've got a roll of dice. On a 1 to 2, I suffer D6 mortal wounds. If I get anything else, I get some nice buffs, random buffs.
Okay.
So let's see if
Probably
I regret this.
I think it's probably worth pointing out this is your first time with the Codex, yeah?
It is.
Yeah.
This is my first time using it. So
Okay.
I just thought, you know what, it'll be fun to use. Oh!
It's fun. I'm loving it. It's a lot of fun.
So I suffered D6 mortal wounds.
Of
Oh, for
course,
goodness
of
sake.
course. It had to be a 6, didn't it?
That's a dead can. So, okay, I'll see a deadly demise. Does not explode.
Is that a kill point?
No, it's only one thing. It's not the whole unit.
Oh, it's a shame.
That is a whole can dead plus another 1 wounded. Ouch.
Very nice.
Ouch. Right, now I can do some shooting with the 2 remaining cans. Right then, so they get... What do they get? They get 3 shots each? Yeah, so it's just 6 shots. Hitting on 4s. Okay. And they're strength 5, toughness
5.
5, so 4s. Or we've got 1 devastating wound. So there's 1 auto wound and nothing else.
Devastating wound. Yeah, no saves basically.
Yeah.
From that. So 1 dies. Pop on to the... You don't like these death marks, do you?
I really don't. I really don't. Especially when shooting at them results in my own cans blowing up.
That's Necron technology for you.
Right, speaking of blowing up, I've got some hazardous weapons over here. Oh, and speaking of which, I didn't do my hazardous for my mech guns, so I better do that now.
Okay.
I'll do it for this one. He's okay. The one nearest, he's okay. And the one right at the far end, he is not okay. He suffers something. We'll do that off camera.
Yeah.
He suffers some wounds.
Okay.
We'll come back to that. Right. So, Pop, shooting at these fellas. Let's get my card ready. Right. So, he's got 3 custom Mega Blasters.
Okay.
So he gets 3 shots each. Oh, I don't want it on camera. So much to remember. Right,
Yeah, Steve He's just remembered that he hasn't been doing his detachment roll.
I haven't done any of my try that button rolls at all. First roll. I've been doing a lot of shooting there, and I've not done any of it. Right, well, I'll correct that from now and do it with him. So let's roll and see what he gets. 6, which gives him critical wounds, get AP penetration improved by 2. Yeah. Okay. Right. Oh, I'm kicking myself. Right, so 9 shots.
Yep.
Hitting on 5s.
Get 1.
1. Okay. And then he is strength 9, so wounding on 3s.
Yep.
Doesn't get the 6. So it's AP minus 2.
Okay, so it'll be -1 because of the cover. So 4 up. Saved.
And then I've got to do my hazardous rolls, which he does suffer. Oof.
Should we look up hazardous roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so characters, models and vehicles suffer 3 mortal wounds. What does that mean, Steve?
Well, it means Pop, who was on 3 wounds, is now dead.
Is that a kill point?
It is a kill point. And he does explode.
Okay. Is he going to reach anything? Probably not. 6 inches. Well, maybe the grots. Maybe Bob's going to die from the explosion.
They do get caught, so we lose 1 grot in the blast.
Yeah, 1 mortal wound.
Ouch.
Not Bob?
Not Bob, no. Of course not Bob. He would have used his mate as a shield.
Okay, so anything else to shoot?
Oh, lots more to shoot yet.
Okay.
And I'm not going to forget my bloody button presses this time. Going to go all in.
You're using your last CP, are you?
I'm going to use my last CP, Nick, and I tell you what, I am just going to go and...
Go big, go home.
Yeah, this is not a smart move, but it's going to be a fun move, and if it pays off, it'll be spectacular. So, I've got my rocket cans over here. They advanced, and they've got assault weaponry.
Yep.
So, they can shoot with no penalties. But, I'm going to go for it again. Even though it didn't pay off last time, I'm going to use the can special rule shooty power trip. So I don't want to roll a 1 or a 2 for that. I am also going to push it with my try that button. I'm not going to roll, I'm going to choose. So their weapons are going to become hazardous. I am also... Oh, this is so stupid. This is ridiculous, honestly. I'm going to go Daka for the 1 CP, which will mean I can re-roll all hit rolls, but my weapons become hazardous. But because I've pushed it on the try that, they're already hazardous. So I'm going to be hazardous on a 1 or a 2. And that's if I don't explode before I even do anything. But if this works, it's going to be spectacular.
Okay, what are you shooting at though?
They're shooting at the Immortals.
Immortals?
Yes.
Okay.
They're going to shoot at the Immortals.
So take your CP away,
So,
and here we go.
I'm going to roll for the can rule first. So I don't want, just as long as I don't get a 1 or a 2, I'm alright. It's going to be one of these games, isn't it? It's just going to be one of these games. That's D6 mortal wounds. Right, let's roll another one of these 1s. Which I get. Good, right. So they don't get that special rule. They do get the other stuff. Right. For the try that button, I am going to go for sustained hits 1. So they're getting sustained hits now. They don't get any buffs on that, but they do get Daka, which means I'm re-rolling hit rolls as well. So I am double hazardous right now. They are boiling hot. Right, I better put my wound on, hadn't I? So, there we go.
Okay.
Right, what am I doing?
I'm getting some dice. Getting some dice.
Okay, so we got rockets. D3 shots each. Okay, we got 3. 1. Oh, not great. That's really not great. Okay, right, but, so, I'm re-rolling all misses, and I've got sustained hits. I am hitting on 4s.
Can I just ask a question?
They've got blast as well.
Okay. So it's unit 11, so you get another 2.
2 per weapon, isn't it? So that's...
Regarding the hazardous,
Yes.
as you got re-rolls, Is it like the first dice roll? Can you re-roll the hazarded result?
No, don't you remember? Hazardous doesn't work like that anymore.
Right.
You do all your hits, all your wounds. After you've done all that, you then roll a dice to see if it's hazardous.
Right. Okay, got it. Right.
But I'll have to roll 3, 1 for each weapon.
Okay.
So I'm actually getting quite a lot of shots here, thanks to Blast.
Yeah.
Good old Blast saved me there. Right, so I'm hitting on 4s, re-rolling misses, looking for 6s. Come on, pay off, because it's going to hurt afterwards.
Get 1 6.
I got 1 6. I've got some misses. Let's take out the misses. Right, so got all them to re-roll. They're all my hits.
Yeah.
Plus 1 extra for the hazard, for the
Lethal.
the sustained.
Sustained, yeah.
Right,
We'll
now
get there.
same again, looking for 4s. Oh, get in. So I missed one, but
it
I get
comes
another
back.
sustained.
Yeah.
Okay, this gamble could pay off. It could pay off. So far I've only suffered 1 mortal wound. Strength 9.
Toughness 5.
Toughness 5.
3s.
Okay, see, they could have been strength 10 if that can roll had paid off. Right, looking for 3s. Come on, baby. Not too shabby. So we have 8 saves at -2.
Okay. Shooting over this building here, yeah, so cover, so it'll be -1. So it's 4s.
Okay.
I lose 3 immortals. You got more guns though, yeah?
No, that's
That's
their
the whole
their
lot,
shooting, yeah. I just got to do their hazardous now.
Okay, well, yeah, carry on, do your hazardous first.
Don't want 1s or 2s. I got 1.
Okay,
So that's another 3.
So the D6 is for his special rule, and then the D3 is for the hazardous. No, the 3 is for the hazardous, and that D6 amount of wounds
That
you
was
had,
for the cans.
that's for the special special rule.
Shooty power trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 immortal dice here, and I'm going to use my CP to reanimate them. So let's see if we can do it. So it's D3 plus 1 because it's being led by character. 3. So we're looking at this bang, as he's called.
Yeah, he's going to shoot at the Immortals as well.
Okay.
Oh, no. Immortals or Warriors? There's a big 20 blob of Warriors there, isn't
Yeah,
there?
20
And the Immortals are back up to full health now, aren't they?
They are.
Okay, no, he'll shoot at the Warriors.
Okay.
Because they're probably a bit weaker, a little bit easier to bring down. Okay, so let's push that button, see what he gets. Gets a 6, so he's getting AP on 6s.
Yep.
Okie dokie. He's got 4 big shooters. He's within half range, so he's getting a grand total of 20 shots.
Very nice. 5s.
A few. Take out the hits rather than the misses. Not too shabby.
Not bad.
Okay, strength 5.
Toughness 4 on warriors.
So wounded on 3s, and I want some 6s in here. No 6s at all.
But you only miss with 1.
That's true. So you just get your regular armour saves. You've got 7 of them to make.
Okay. Cover. Don't get any cover. Shooting through that towering thing, aren't you? Just there. So get 4 up save. -1. 3 up. Right. 3s. We lose 2. Okay, so we've got the 2 units of tank thrusters and the truck all shooting at my warriors. Steve is not liking my warriors, are you?
No. I'm not liking any of them. Especially as they seem to blow up when I shoot at everything. I'll do them.
Okay, so this is the D3 from the rockets.
This is 2 squads, so there's 6 rockets total.
And it's blast, and with my 2 characters in there, even though you've killed 2 warriors, it means I'm on 20. So it is +4.
So I get another 6 sets of 4. Wow. So I get 1.
It's a lot of dice.
2. I think tank rosters might be alright when used like this. Now, they're in the truck, So they don't get their abilities or anything like that. They don't get any buffs from their abilities. But the truck is currently on a +1. And that counts to the occupants within. So they are hitting on 4s rather than 5s.
Okay. Why is the truck on +1 then?
Because it got repaired by the mech,
right,
which gives it a +1 to hit for the rest of the turn.
Okay.
That's a lot of dice.
It is.
Looking for 4s.
I'm not speeding up the camera. Steve is genuinely picking the dice up really quick.
Orc players, we're used to picking out misses. But that wasn't bad. That looks about 50-50.
Right.
It's about playing the odds. Okay, so strength 9.
I am toughness 4.
So looking for
2s.
2s. Oh, baby. That was a few too many 1s for my liking, but
it's a
regardless,
it's a good amount.
We have 12 saves at -2.
Okay, we're using our 4-up invulnerable save from Orican. So here we go. Not many 4s. Not many 4s. I just saved 2, so 10 die.
They're hitting on 4s, rocket pistols. 1 hit, 1 miss. They are strength 7, so wounded on a 3. Wounds.
Yep.
AP -1.
Okay, so there's no cover, so straight up on a 4-up. Not saved, another one down. These are the sluggers from the big mechs.
1 regular save.
Okay, so 3. Saved, actually saved 1.
And then the truck itself will actually shoot.
Okay.
So it gets 5 shots from the big shooter because he's within half range. Hitting on 4s. Not bad. Strength 5, toughness.
3s. Yeah.
So 3s. 1 regular save, no AP.
Okay. Saved.
Saved. I believe that is all my shooting done. You'll be pleased to hear.
Right. Okay.
So the assault phase, don't have any CP left, so I can't use tank shot. Do I want to charge you just to kind of screw you over a bit? Kind of do.
You are on the objective.
I am. The objective is likely to move.
It depends who's
anyway.
rolling, you know.
You know, if I move forward, it might follow me up there. I'm wondering whether pinning you in place is the way, but I'm a vehicle, so you'll still be able to shoot at me regardless from all your units, won't you?
Yep. Would be -1 to hit though, but
yeah, would be. Don't know. He's quite capable in combat. He could do some damage. And that is your warlord in there as well, isn't it?
that is my warlord.
What do I need? I need an 8 to get in. And they can't because they advanced anyway. Yeah, to hell with it. Let's go for it. All out. Doesn't make it.
No. Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
So, let's see if these things move then.
Yes. Oh yeah. Let's do that.
Scatter
Right.
dice. Got it.
Scatter dice. 6. There we go. It'll be the one nearest us.
On the truck.
It does scatter. 4 inches that away.
Okay, let's move that.
And then the one over here also scatters a long way over towards
11
you.
inches.
So that direction.
There we go. Okay, so the score at the moment after battle round 1 is 1 point to the Necrons because Steve exploded.
A lot.
And 0.
Stevo screwed up. He forgot half his rules. He pushed his luck too much. He blew stuff up. He forgot to do stuff. But, gotta say, Tank Busters, they did bloody well there.
They did.
They did really well there.
They did well.
Yeah, benefiting from the truck's buff, that helped me out big time. And I needed that because yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. Let's move in to Necrons turn 2. Okay, so we are going to do our RP. We've got the warriors there, so that is a D3 +1 re-rollable. We'll take that, so 4 warriors back. And then we've got the death marks just there. That's a D3 only. 3 back. Great. Right, so that's my RP done. Yeah, Steve, was there anything that you wanted to do?
There might be something.
Okay, so movement phase. I have moved this unit forward here. I gave this unit assault weapons with the Gauss weapons, and I advanced them onto the objective. I moved these immortals up onto this building. These guys got a bit scared from those killer cans, especially as we have the war now, and they've actually teleported backwards here. No movement with the death marks. I did have to move these because, well, I can't see that dread thing over there, so I've moved them to the left so I can eye up the killer cans. That was my movement. Steve is going to use his only CP now.
Yeah, I'm going to use CP. I'm going to use Conniving Runts, because you've moved within 9 inches of my grots.
Ah, no, Richard used this on me. Mortal wounds, isn't it?
Potentially.
And then you can move, yeah?
But I've only got a 50-50 shot. I need a 4+.
Okay.
Which I don't get.
No.
And now my grots can move, make a normal move.
Okay. Okay, we're going to start with the heavy destroyers again, because they let me down so much last time. I have moved, so again, it's 3s that I need. So, here we go. Come on. That's better. They're all in. We've also got a lethal hit. Strength 14.
That'll be 2s.
I get 1, but I can re-roll it because you're a vehicle. All in. -4, 6 damage.
-4. Okay, so I'll just be relying on the... So that's 3, isn't it? 6 ups. 1. That's not enough.
6 damage each.
They're both dead.
Okay, do they explode?
No.
Okay, heavies didn't let me down that time. Okay, continuing the shooting, I shot this unit at the truck who's on the objective. I got my sustained hits. I got 5 6s, and then I re-rolled wounds, and I got quite a number of wounds.
18 saves. I got 4 up save. I've got 6 wounds left, so I need to save 13 of these. Okay, here we go. 1 wound, 2 wound, 3 wound, 4, 5 wounds, 6 wounds, 7 wounds, more. He's dead.
He's dead. Does he explode?
Dead. Does he explode? Does a truck explode?
Must do. Surely it's a vehicle.
It does explode. Let's find out.
Of course it explodes.
It explodes.
Oh, Bob.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh, boy.
Okay, so Steve rolled 3 1s. So 2 pistol guys died and a wound, and 1 of the other guys. I lost 3 warriors from the explosion. We lost 3 grots from the explosion. And what about the mech guy at the back?
He lost 1 wound, and Bang lost 3 wounds.
Ouch, he's down to 5. Okay, so Steve is now disembarking within 3 inches. Okay, so I've continued to shoot. I shot my death marks. These guys are the killer cans. Killed 1. The other one is down to 1 wound. And then I shot these guys into this dread, and I only did 1 wound. And these guys are going to assault. I'm going to try to kill Steve's warlord with my warlord, because why not? However, we're going to need quite a big charge. So let's see what we get. It's potentially a 7, but almost definitely an 8. We'll have to measure it depending on what I get. Right, here we go. What do we get? We get a 3. We fell. We fell. Right, so I have killed 3 units now in total for 3 points. I got 5 points of being on the objective here at the end of this turn, and now these objectives are going to move. Right, Steve, do you have the tape measure ready?
Yeah, I do indeed.
Okay, so this one, staying where it is. That's 3 hits I've rolled.
This one, over here, please.
It is going over there. It's going 6 inches.
Oh,
straight onto me. Okay, we did agree before the game, if it moves onto a unit, the unit basically just passes out the way and then it goes in between them. So, that's it. We're moving in to Orks turn 2. Right, end of Ork 2 movement. What did you do, Steve?
We advanced over here with the Squig Hog boys. The mech guns just trundled forward a little bit. Bang just sidestepped over here. The little mech repaired him. So he's on a +1 to hit now. And we released a couple of bomb squigs.
Yeah,
caused 1 wound over here, 2 over
yeah.
here. Bob and the gang have jumped on the objective. And the big mech and the tank busters here have all come forward. And the killer cans have come forward. And we are about to start the shooting phase.
Okay, end of the shooting phase. We started over here, which wasn't too great, was it, Steve?
It was very uneventful to start with, very lackluster shooting. My mech guns all failed spectacularly.
You killed 1 immortal here, that was it, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1 immortal. And there's not much else to talk of. Everything here shot at this squad, which did start pulling through in the end. Bang did a remarkable job, actually. He managed to kill the last of the warriors and Orican the Diviner.
Yep.
Which, fantastic job there, Bang. The killer cans then shot rocket and they've taken 3 wounds off this fella. So we've done some damage. So hopefully I could potentially score big here. I've got my warlord and your warlord, so there is some big points up for grabs. Regardless, I want him dead. No matter who kills him, I want him dead. Just that principle. But yeah, so we're now moving into the charge phase. I've got a couple of potential charges. I've got one over here, a long range charge, which I'm really hoping pulls off. Otherwise, they are in a spot of bother. But I had no choice. It's becoming a little bit desperate. I won't lie to you. So I really need this assault phase, charge phase, to go well for me, and it could pull me back into the game. Because I know it's close on points, but I'm losing a lot of stuff, and currently you've only lost 1 unit.
2 units. You got 2 points actually. You killed Orican and the warriors.
Character. Yeah, character. I wasn't overly worried about him though. It's more these big blobs of guns that I'm worried about. But yeah, hopefully these charges pull off and I do some damage, and then I will definitely feel like I'm back in the game and in with a shot here. But I think this is going to be the crucial.
This is the big one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this is going to decide really. If this doesn't pan out well, it's going to be an uphill struggle.
Okay, well let's find out what happens.
Okay.
So it's a 9 for the Squighoff boys.
I'm not even going to look at it. I'm just going to roll it.
It's a 3, Steve.
Oh, I was hoping you were winding me up. I could CP it. I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm not going to. I'm going to save a CP for something more fun. That hurt. Okay. Don't worry. I've got other charges. Right. Let's start then with the tank busters.
I think we're pretty much not going to fail these charges.
Well, you never know. There's always snake eyes. So I need a 4. 4 from the tank busters. They are
12.
Very much in. Now you roll high. Okay, how was that for you, Nick?
That wasn't too bad. It got a bit scary there, I have to say, though.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the end result.
Yeah. Not so much. But I did force you to spend a CP, and you've used your ability, I'd take it that's like a once per game thing, is it?
Only on each character can only do it once. Right. I was saving that CP for it because I had a feeling it was going to happen.
Very wise.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about, guys, is this fella. What's he called?
Imitate the Stormlord.
The Stormlord over here. The killer cans came in and did the job on him, finished him off. But then after the fight phase, Nick spent the CP, getting him back alive. He is back alive with half wounds. Just over here, right in the thick of the action. It's a bit frustrating, but look, I'm getting there. I managed to do something. We also scored some points here on the primary. Bob and the gang hold this, scoring me 5 points. So that was good. But now we need to scatter these.
We need to scatter.
Yeah, so where are we going first? This one that Bob and the gang have, are we?
Your roll.
Oh, my roll. Okay, here we go.
They stay where they are.
Stays where it is, okay. And then we come over onto this one over here. Now we want this one to scatter because look. Come on, baby. Nice 12-inch scatter towards my side. Nope.
It
And it was a 12 as well. Oh.
Well, there you go.
As we go into Necrons turn 3. It's coming right up.
Okay, so in the commands phase, I got another wound back on Imitech. It's up to 4, and I got my Immortal back that I lost over there. I've then moved both of these units up. I do have the Veil of Darkness on this guy, but I didn't use it, not quite yet. And then I'm an ard about the death marks, where to put them. In the end, I put them over here. Steve does have another Killer Dread, whatever it's called. What's it called?
Death Dread.
Death Dread in reserve. So I was mindful of that, trying to maybe possibly bait him over on that side of the table, but we'll see. In the meantime, I got overwatched by Bang.
Yeah.
And I got 5 saves that I had to make, and I made them all. So that was nice. I haven't made my heavy destroyers.
It wasn't nice. It was horrible.
It was nice. I really enjoyed
it's a waste of CP.
Okay, so here we go. The shooting phase. Okay, so we're back in the command phase. Sorry about that. Steve let me go back because I totally forgot to do Imitate the Stormlord's ability. So any units within 12 inches, we rolled a dice. On a 2 to 5, D3 mortal wounds. On a 6, D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. So we're looking at the Killicans first. D3 mortal wounds, 3 mortal wounds. We'll see if that explodes, shall we? No. Okay, and then on these dudes, it's D3 mortal wounds again. Just 1 mortal wound on these, Steve.
Okay.
And then we got your Warlords, yeah? On the Warlord. He gets D3 mortal wounds. He gets 1 mortal wound on the Warlord. On the Grots, I'm rolling a lot of 2s there. Oh, 3 wounds on the Grots. Is that everything here that I've done now, yeah?
Yeah.
So over there, that big mech guy, he gets D3 mortal wounds. He gets 1. And then on Bang, that's a lot of 2s. 2 mortal wounds on Bang.
Oh, ouch.
Okay, so
ouch.
Into the shooting phase. Okay, end of the shooting phase. So I shot these Immortals and the Death Marks at this unit of Squighog
boys.
Squighog boys.
And the heavy destroyers as well.
I used the heavy destroyers to finish them off.
Yeah.
So yeah, that unit was gone. That was a kill point. And then up over here, I shot these 2 units using my CP shenanigans. And in the end, along with Imitech staff, I managed to kill the Grots unit and his Squig boy, Runt Herd, that's the one. And I managed to kill the Killican, who exploded, did a wound on each of the characters there, and also on my Immortal. We're now moving into the assault phase, and I'm trying to get Slay the Warlord with Imitech. Can we do it? Let's find out. Okay, Imitech the Stormlord is in. These guys did attempt to assault this guy on 1 wound, but I failed the charge. I only rolled 3 inches. So it is time. Imitech charged, so he is striking first. And we need 2s. Strength 6, toughness 5, it's 3s and devastating wounds. We get 1 devastating wound and 2 go through. So we are at AP minus 3.
What's the damage, mate?
2.
You've already killed him.
Have I?
Yeah. I don't even need to roll a
I was getting really excited there.
He's only got 2 left. The devastating wounds is enough. He's got no invulnerable save, only from shooting. So he is dead. Okay. You have slain my Warlord with your Warlord.
Excellent. That is 10 points right there. Not only that, but I'm now going to consolidate onto the objective. And that gives me another 5 points. So I've got 10 points for primary as well. Okay, end of turn 3 for me. These are going to move over this way. Quite a long way, actually. 9 inches.
That way.
Okay, that's that one. And over here, it hasn't really moved very far at all so far, but it is. It's moving on to me a bit more.
9 inches that way.
Right, that is it then. So now we move into Orks, turn 3. Okay, turn 3 movement. This guy is coming up to protect the Stormlord. Gonna try and take him out if he can.
All or nothing, baby.
All or nothing.
All or nothing.
We've got Bang heading up towards the death marks.
Yeah, my mech guns have all shuffled a little bit,
Yep.
so it's all on the death marks, other than over there.
Indeed. This is who? Crackle?
That's Snap.
Snap. Eyeing up my heavy destroyers. Okay, so ignoring the objectives. However, if you can kill this guy, it's worth 5 points. Plus, obviously, you want some revenge.
Look. Get me on camera for this, all right? Look, it's clear to everyone, all right? To you at home watching, it's clear what's happening here, isn't it? You know I've lost the game, but look, I could go for the objectives. I could try and go. No. Let's just try and get a bit of last-minute glory in while we can. So we're gonna. This will probably be the last turn I'm still on the table. Let's just try and kill some stuff before I'm dead, all right? Let's have it.
Okay, so starting off, this guy shot at Imitech, did nothing. The 2 guns, this guy and those 2 guns shot into my death marks. I did do my RP strat, but I only got 1 back. I'm left with 5, so Stevo did kill 5, and then he had a pop shot over here onto my heavy destroyers, but nothing. I saved the one that came through. And now we're moving into the assault phase. Okay, end of turn 3 for the Orks. He did try to slay Imitech, but no luck, and I killed him in return. Over here, the Killer Can got in to assault with my death marks, only killed 1 death mark, and I did nothing in return. And that's it. As we move in, end of your turn, I'm going to use the Veil of Darkness on here, so they're going to basically come off the table, so they can come back in next turn.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so now we have to scatter the objectives.
We do. Okay, this one stays.
Does not move.
And this one
moves towards me.
3 inches that way.
Pop. You alright there, Steve?
Yeah, I'm just admiring the paintwork on some of the things. There's not much else to do the rest of this game, other than just wait for you to kill me.
Okay, so what have we done? We have fallen back with the death marks. We've moved these immortals over here, used the assault move. These have just surrounded this objective. Imitech has moved onto here. I had to advance, that's the one. Had to advance. I only rolled a 1, so I had to re-roll it with a command CP. These guys came in from Deep Strike Reserve, and we haven't moved these, and we haven't moved these. So that is it. Let's shoot. Okay, shooting phase. These shots over here killed 1 of those. Over here I shot the death marks and these immortals at that guy. He's down to 1 wound, and my Locust Heavy Destroyers killed Crackle.
Snap.
I can never remember
Crackle's
the names.
sitting this game out.
So I am on both objectives. That was 10 points and 1 kill point, and the objectives are going to move again.
Oh yes, they are, aren't they?
Okay, Imitech's one going that way, 7 inches, and this one here is staying where it is. Okay, here we go then. Turn 4 for the Orks.
Wah!
Okay, Stevo had a gallant attempt at killing my death marks here. He shot both of the guns, big mech guns, whatever they're called,
Yeah.
at me, and then he overcharged and used a load of stuff.
Yeah, I used Daka, and I pushed it. I pushed it with the try that button as well, so he had 1 wound left. I knew he was going to die. He sacrificed himself to put the hurt on him, but he only managed to kill 2 more, so they still live.
We're still there. Okay, let's finish this game up. Turn 5. Enjoying the view, Steve?
Yeah, just deep in thought. Just licking my wounds. Oh, the sun's come out as well.
Perfect. So, game over.
Game over, indeed.
What a fun game that was, though.
It was
I
good.
have to say, that was like just playing a like a proper normal game.
Game for fun.
A game for
wasn't it?
fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we both had some horrible stuff, but we never sort of like beefed the units up to the point of.
No,
being
they
really-
weren't. They weren't really what you'd call like optimised lists,
No,
were they?
no.
But yeah. Although I think your list was good though. I think it was strong.
Immortals with a character are pretty good anyway.
Yeah.
But obviously, you can like make them even more worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, and well, I didn't even get to use my resurrection orbs. She didn't kill any immortals. Well, not enough for me to do it.
Don't remind me. Yeah, it was. It was tough. Necrons are always so tough to get down and stay down. You know, you kill them dead, but to keep them dead, tough going indeed.
I think that was the difference. I think because okay, I had my heavy destroyers, and they put the work in when I did shoot them without rolling twos. But like all the killer cans and stuff, I was only chipping wounds off. But the difference was obviously once I killed it,
it stayed dead.
Yeah. Whereas you were killing stuff, and unless you do wipe the whole unit, I'm coming back as well.
Yeah, well, you were a little bit worried at the start of the game because you only really had that one unit of heavy destroyers as your anti-vehicle unit, and obviously I'm coming with a dread mob of quite a vehicle-heavy list, but you just ground the units down, and I helped because I destroyed most of my own stuff. In fact,
that was useful.
Bang killed himself. I had several killer cans kill themselves, and then lots of hazardous results. I was doing half the work for you, to be fair.
You were.
You know.
What would you say? What do you think of the mission that we played? Did you like that?
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, it was easy to do. It had a little bit of variety, a bit of randomness. We weren't doing any bookkeeping, which I detest with a passion because it's already. I don't get to play the game regularly enough to have all the rules and things in my head, as evidenced by the first turn when I forgot to do a lot of my detachment rules. And also, very first time playing with the new Codex, playing with the Dread Mob detachment. There's quite a lot of extra rolls to do in there for the press that button is their big rule for, and obviously first turn, I'm halfway through, I'm like, I haven't rolled it once, damn it, I've missed out on all these buffs.
But we did look back at that.
I don't think I would have gained much. It would have been the odd extra little bit here. It wasn't huge. And I don't think it would have changed the outcome of the game by any stretch of the imagination. I'm quite impressed that I managed to survive till turn 5, to be fair.
So what was the outcome of the game then, Steve?
Well, I scored 7 points, grand total.
Yep, and I scored 60.
Yeah, it was quite a convincing victory, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I think certainly by turn 3, it was just for me, I was just trying to kill something.
Yeah.
I knew I'd lost the game. I kind of gave up on playing the objective at that point. I thought, let's just try and kill something. But I had a lot of bad luck as well.
You did,
A lot of bad rolls, like Snap coming in late in the game, failed his charge and then got blown up, didn't do anything.
Yeah.
The Squighog boys, they failed their charge, got blown off the board without doing anything. So I had a couple of quite key,
I'll tell you what,
and they were my 2 real combat units.
With those Squighog boys, what did it for you was when you advanced the first turn, you only rolled a 1, didn't you?
Yeah.
If you had rolled like 4 or 5, you would have had a shorter charge.
The original plan for them was to come round the flank and hit your heavy destroyers.
Yeah.
That was my plan, hopefully before Snap came on the board. That didn't pan out. I had to change tactics. But there were a few good moments in there, like the tank busters, for example, in the truck, shooting at a big squad of 20 warriors, benefiting from the blast rule, benefiting from the +1 to hit that the truck had.
Yep.
Because a lot of people forget that when you're in a vehicle, you don't get any of your abilities. But if the vehicle's got abilities, they all count as the vehicle, the weapon. So handy for a lot of people to remember, actually. There's not many scenarios where that could happen, but this scenario, and they had a beautiful round of shooting.
They did, yeah.
After that, they didn't do a great deal after that. But the one that really impressed me, though, was this fella who, my Daka Dread, armed with 4 big shooters, usually does very little. I only made him because I thought it was cool. I just wanted a Death Dread with the maximum amount of shots possible. But actually, he did all right. Every turn, he's killing a few.
He did well.
He's chipping
only
away.
because I rolled 3 2s, though.
Yeah, well. I think over the course of the game, though, he was killing a few things, and he was just... like I said, usually he doesn't do anything. But with these new Dread Mob detachments and the buffs they get, I think even weapons like big shooters have a chance to actually do something when you've got lethal hits or exploding sixes. But I think I've learnt a lot. I've learnt a lot about Dread Mob detachments and how to get the most out of them by doing most of it wrong this game. But they're the best. The painful lessons are the most important lessons, I think.
I think my man of the match is definitely Imatech.
I would wholeheartedly agree with you there.
I was a bit disappointed not to get Orican at least into combat and see him empowered, as I've only just finished painting the miniature. However, Imatech, he did the work for me. Saved that CP to get him back up, which is critical if you're playing like a big character you want to keep alive. Always save a CP.
And I killed him as well.
You did kill him.
I did kill him.
Yeah, but it didn't count.
It didn't count because he got up.
Yeah.
Oh. And I thought the move that he did, what's that big thing he did where he exploded?
The mortal, that's the storm thing.
Yeah, the storm.
Yeah.
The storm was horrific because at that point you were in the perfect position, and I had about 5 separate units all hit by that. Yeah. And that, again,
that's
just
what I did.
whittling my units down.
That is why at the beginning I pushed the warrior unit with Imatech. The whole of that idea was to A, try to kill your warlord with Imatech, and B, to do the storm as well. So that's why I pushed them forward and I moved back with the immortals.
You didn't want them getting caught in the blast.
Yeah,
it all makes sense now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then with their 4+ invulnerable save from Orican, I thought they got half a chance of surviving. And the idea really was to make sure that Imatech was alive.
And to be fair, I think if it hadn't have been for the Tank Busters rockets, I think they would have survived a lot longer. That was a very powerful round of shooting, wasn't it? But it shows you, people, Tank Busters, they ain't what they were, but with some tricks and tactics, you can get some good use out of them.
What about shooting at tanks? Are they any good at shooting at tanks?
Yeah, they re-roll. They get they get a +1 to hit and a +1 to wound against vehicles. They are good. Their weakness is though that they are just a 5-man squad, and they have to have pistols in one of the guys, and one of them has to have a tank hammer.
Right. Okay.
You can't have all rockets. You can't increase the squad size. There's not a huge amount you can do with them, but if you can stick them in a truck, gives them that survivability. I never got a chance to use my tank hammers on you. The bomb squigs, I let a couple of them off and hit you with a few.
Do you think that they've done that because they're making the tank busters like worse? And I noticed from Richard's game that I played recently, looters are like really good. Do you think they're trying to get people to buy like different models that already have the tank busters?
I think what's replaced tank busters now really is like beast snagger units. Like Squighog boys are very good against vehicles, very very good. And obviously tank busters are still the old failcast kit, which they still haven't replaced yet, which a lot of people were hoping for this edition.
So it all makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
it
does.
all makes sense. It's all about the money.
I think next edition they'll either disappear completely, which will be heartbreaking, or they'll come out with a whole new kit for them, and then there'll be the new hotness again. But we'll see. That's hopefully a long way off.
Yeah. Okay, so of course you are coming back again for my Dominion War tournament.
I am indeed, because I missed last year's one. It was heartbreaking. 1,000
points at this stage. Any idea what you might take?
I think it might be a Dread Mob, because that's what I always bring. I don't know. I haven't worked out the list, but it will be lots of Death Dreads, lots of Killer Cans. You know what to expect with me by now. There's not many surprises.
No. Me, honestly, I haven't got a clue.
No.
I haven't got a clue. It will be something fun, anyway, for sure.
Yeah, and do you know what?
Something easy to play and fun, because that's what you want on those types of days.
You don't want anything too complex, do you?
No.
For me, I don't think it really matters. It's just going to be... I've been to 2 of these events now. Like I said, the last one I missed was the first one I missed. Otherwise, I would have been at all of them. And they've all been great fun. And I'm sure you guys agree because you've watched them. And if you haven't, go and watch them now because they're on your channel, aren't they? They're worth a watch.
They're linked in the description now.
There you go. Great fun. And I'm looking forward to it. It's always good fun. Meet like other YouTubers, other people in the community, some of which I know, some of which I don't, but it's always good fun. Just good banter and roll some dice, have some fun.
I look forward to it, and you never know, we may be drawn to play together.
We may be.
And then finally, you won't get beaten.
Finally. Or you will get beaten because you'll get my bad luck. There you go, I'll drag you down with me. Will you lift me up or will I drag you down?
Okay, well, thanks very much for coming. I really enjoyed that.
Welcome, mate, welcome.
If you would like to see some of my other battle reports, then here is a link to my playlist. Go and check them out.
I hate when he does that. I don't know if I'll just gaze out the window and you sort of get my attention. So turn to, is there anything you want to do? And then I'll just turn around and wah, shall I?
Well, in front of all the neighbours.
No, I wasn't going to go out on the balcony. Get complaints.